Hi everyone and welcome to another video, and today guys I am bringing you the Pisces New Moon, which is happening on the 2nd of March 2022. Now this new moon is going to be affecting all the mutable signs, so if you are Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo and of course Pisces, this is at 12 degrees, and this Pisces new moon has got lovely conversations with Uranus and with a deep conversation with its sister planet it used to be ruled by, which I still consider Jupiter. Okay, so those are the main themes for this. Now this Pisces new moon is, it actually feels quite a special one, because it is the Cancer decan. When it comes to like decans, each star sign is ruled by a different decan. So it's like every 10. So like say from like the 20, I'll say like the early degrees of Pisces, like February, the first 10 degrees is Neptune, double Pisces. Then you have the next 10, which is Cancer, and the last 10, which is Scorpio. Now this one is Cancer degree. So not only is it a new moon in a water sign, it's got its sister or brother sign or with it as well. So it makes it extremely emotional. The card for this, which I've done, is the Hangman. And I also forgot to say, guys, that I have also done a full podcast message on my podcast. So check it out. The link is below. You can look it on Spotify, Apple, and all other major podcast platforms. I go a bit more in depth. I actually basically talk about the Pisces season, and I talk about the new moon amongst other things. So check it out, guys. There's a few treats in there for you. But one thing I want to say before we do the tarot for all the signs is that this is the last Pisces new moon, because this is the last one for Saturn in Aquarius. We're not going to have this again until 30 years time. And this one's going to feel very cleansing. I feel this one's going to be very cleansing, because the next one we have, actually, yes, Saturn will still be in Aquarius, wouldn't it? Yeah, Saturn will still be in Aquarius. Yes, Saturn will still be in Aquarius. I don't know what I was thinking, guys. My mind just went, ooh, because I know that we have a new moon next year, I believe, which will be in February next year, 2023. And Saturn actually goes into Aquarius in March the 23rd, 2023. So yeah, but still, this one is going to feel, as always, because we are talking about the 12th house. So this is still a time of cleansing. This is still a time where everyone's not going to be as energetic, vitality wise. There can be thoughts of the past coming up as usual. We could be very nostalgic. We can be over emotional. Our emotions can be very up and down. But also, some of us may want to be more closer to people that we love. Okay. And because Uranus is involved, even though it is having really lovely conversations, it still can turn things upside down when we least expect it. And it's actually really good with this Pisces, because Pisces is a mutable sign. So one of the guiding messages for this new moon is being willing to be open to changes that's going to be happening. And that's what, whenever we visit Pisces new moon, it is always guiding us to, just be open-minded, see what happens, see what you can create, be a bit more free. And if anything does come up during this time, whether it's addictions or, bad thoughts, or, Pisces is ruled by the two fishes. So one is swimming up, one is swimming down. When we swim up, we have gone from the dark, murky, deep waters of things that we are letting go of, and we are now arisen. Okay, so we have many choices. And this new moon, every year, it's going to be bringing us choices as well. So the choices that we're going to be having this month or this new moon is every year. And sometimes the choices are very different. Sometimes we keep making mistakes, but sometimes we, it's all about learning from our mistakes, because Pisces is a sign that is all about us, letting us know that, we are human. We're going to always make mistakes, as long as we don't continue to keep blaming others as well. So there's loads of energies that's going on during this new moon. So like I said, check out more about what I've said about the Pisces season and the new moon in my podcast. And yes, that's my little message. So let's get to the tarot signs. So Pisces, you are the star of the show. So it's about time we started with you. Aries, unfortunately, your time is going to be coming. But Pisces, this is your time. I feel a lot of you are going to be definitely looking back. Taking things a little bit more seriously now. Really going for it. There's going to be like a new strength that's going to be coming with a lot of you Pisceans. Like, it's almost like a strong determination. We're going to see that strong fish coming through those waters, and it feels like the waters are going to be a bit more clearer. They may have felt a bit more muddy, especially for the past 2 years, but you're thinking, the thoughts are, let's do this, let me do it. Work with your energy. It definitely work with your energy. Try not to burn yourself out. It's not just like physically, but like emotionally. When any time the sun's in the first house, this is about the physical body as well. So if you guys, it might have been hard for some of you to be like really physically, physically fit, physically yourself. If some of you are, especially if you're working from home, or some of you may be looking for a job, some of you may be in between minds, not really sure of where you want to go. This is the month where things will start to happen. As you know, Pisces, things happen if we put the work in. So there's going to be a time where you guys are going to be, probably asking yourself, I'm going to have to put the work in. I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to have to make sure things on point. Some of you may even call like your Virgo, your Virgo brother or sister, maybe asking for assistance. Some of you may even have Virgo in your chart as well. But you guys are really looking forward to what you would like between now and next year. I know I keep bringing up next year. It feels like I'm extremely excited. I probably am. But still, you just never know what's going to be happening. Because you have the Three of Wands. This is about your future, and some of you have put a lot of work in. Some of you have done the work, especially when Saturn went into your 12th house in 2020, in March 2020, and it went again in December. Yes, it may have been extremely hard, but some of you really persevered. Some of you, even sometimes it may have been quite hard to even get out of bed because you're just so tired. Saturn being in your 12th house has not been easy. Every new moon that you've had from March 20, I can even go as far as 2020 until now, it may have not as been as easy. You may have got some vitality, some energy, but you still wanted that hold. And some of you may now start to receive it now. Because this is a cleansing new moon. You have Jupiter, you have Uranus there. So emotionally, you could start getting lots of, flashes and deep insights. This is a time that I feel a lot of you guys are going to be very positive. All the work that you've put in, the gains will come. They may come slow, and I feel some of you may be actually quite grateful that they're coming slow, not too fast, because you don't feel very overwhelmed. This is the time that to be an individual. It's about individuality. I feel some of you are going to be coming into that sort of individuality state, dressing different, really. The psychic ability that you guys could be feeling this month is going to be of your own person. You're not going to be following or thinking of following the herd in any way. You know, some of you could start to like really grow your hair or even shave off your hair. And, you know, there's certain clothes you wanted to wear and now you really start to do it. You know, it's going to feel such a relief that a lot of you guys are going to be feeling. And this is really just the beginning, because you have a new start is coming. Some of you actually feel this new start, you know, and I say this again, if you guys have even put half the work in, you're going to start seeing a new start, you know, because this is a new moon card, and you have the new moon in your sign. So a new start is coming. If some of you, it's not about not, if you haven't, it's not about, oh, some of you haven't, you know, put the work in. It's about working with your energy. Whenever the moon goes into a water sign, such as yours or your sister or brother sign, it's never easy all the time for everyone, because it's emotions. Our emotions could be very much all over the place. And it's not to say that a lot of you Pisceans won't be feeling quite chaotic, because Uranus being in your sign, it can bring chaos. It can bring stability in a strange way, but it can also bring chaos. You could be, your head could be filled with this to do, that to do, this to do, that to do. And also, especially with Jupiter, it's going to expand things. You could be you know, overexcited, overdoing things. And afterwards, with Uranus being there, it's like, yeah. Then it's burnout. Then we may, and also what this energy also can do, because there's such good energies with this, but what it also can do is make you do too much, make you overestimate, make you just overexpand yourself, and then you have nothing left. So again, listening to your body, because this is the first house, knowing that even when opportunities does come this month, because it will, it's about seeing it, staying to being that individual, be yourself, you know, keep working towards your future, because your future is orange and it also could be gold. And also, you know, if some of you are looking for a new start in this new moon, some of you may have to put the work in to have this new start, you know, even if you're doing little by little. But the main thing is new beginnings are coming, whether you put the work in or whether you're going to put in the work in, or you've put in the work in from the past. Then we have Aries. So Aries, this is in your 12th house. Yes, this is a Piscean house. I feel a lot of you, maybe, you know, the energies are, I feel the energies are definitely very good for a lot of you Aries, but still there can be some frustrations, because I've actually got, you know, because you guys don't like to slow, you guys like to be on the go. 12th house, like I said before, I think that you guys definitely listen to the beginning of what I just said. The 12th house is a time of rest. It's a time of cleansing. This is a time of having, you know, like these detox baths and really looking at ourselves as well. But also Aries, this is a time where you guys are going to be very, like, you know, working. This is the time of working a lot behind the scenes and being in solitude. And I feel some of you actually may be actually quite grateful for this as well, because there could be lots of money making plans that you guys could have. You know, I feel sometimes Aries, whenever you go for a 12th house transit, it's actually more or less the making of you. It's not about being seen all the time. Sometimes to be seen, it can be exhausting. And you're a sign that, you know, you like to be on the go. You're like a train. It's just choo, 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 choo. It's on the go all the time. But it's a time of relaxing. It's a time of solitude, and, you know, anything that you want to do is going to be happening when the sun goes into your sign, unless some of you aren't born on the cusp as well. You know, Aries, I feel, I'm actually feeling during this time that, you got the first card, which is the Four of Pentacles, and it is reversed. And yes, it's about money, but I also feel that some of you may be unwilling to relax. That's what I'm feeling. Some of you are very much unwilling to relax, unwilling to shake off the old to bring in the new. Some of you may be working this month to really believe that things are fine as they are, and it's not, it's almost like, because some of you actually may be Capricorn. Some of you may actually have Capricorn in your chart. So it's like the entrepreneur, because you guys are entrepreneurs. You guys always are about starting new action, working on, new things, being that, because you're just, like I said, you're the star of the entrepreneur. That's why you are ruled by the Emperor card. And the Emperor card is about looking at how you are around bosses, but also it's of determination as well. It's a very serious card. And you guys are very serious. You guys, yes, you guys like to have fun, but you can be extremely serious, especially when things are called for. So it is a time of being serious, Aries. But if there are things that actually come up during this Pisces new moon, and I'm sure that there will, because you have this, you got Uranus in your second with Jupiter in your ninth, and this is about like your mind, your your mindset, but also it's about your money. So there are things that are going to be coming up during this month when it's concerning these themes. But it's also about expanding and trying to see things that are very different. This is a great time for a lot of you to be doing new action, behind the scenes, but also knowing, because I feel that this time will be showing you guys where things where things are actually going wrong, and be willing to admit that. And it's not about willing to admit it to people. It's about admitting it to yourself, Aries. And not thinking if something's wrong, then you are, you're a failure in any way. So it's about not holding on to structures that you always believe to be right. Because no one's always right, Aries. And yes, some of you may actually feel quite embarrassed about it. But your belief system and your mind system is going to be showing you something to be, showing you to be like, adapt to changes that are, when it comes to like money, or, the currency of money, but also about what you would like to learn. This is going to be a time that a lot of you are going to be, when you're in solitude, you're going to be learning so much about other things. And these things could be secret things too. So you've got the Persevere card, perseverance. The Perseverance card is about working on the self. And some of you, Aries, could be working really on yourself now. There could be also, things are in your dreams that are going to be coming up. Things that you read or listen to, even when you're having that downtime, things are going to be coming up. And these things could definitely be from the past. And with the end of a tough new cycle is approaching, it's a full moon in Capricorn card. The toughness, because there can be a harshness to this new moon that some of you could be experiencing. And it also could feel really, it will make a lot of you really want to keep moving, but it's like, no, you have to be still to feel this. You have to feel it, Aries. You have to, in order for you not to see this again, like next year, you have to feel this. You have to work with this. And once you work with it, the end of a tough new cycle does approach. But it's about willing to let go, not holding on. Okay? So that's you, Aries. Hello, Gemini. Welcome to the Pisces new moon, where this is going to be in your 10th house. Yes, it's in your 10th house. So you have the timeout with the Six of Pentacles, and adjustments are required. So Gemini, with this being in your 10th house, there's going to be some changes that are going to be happening. And some of you Geminis it's a time of being open to these changes that are happening. But also there's going to be some of you are going to be quite weary of these changes, because in a way, Geminis can be very, generally, Geminis can be quite controlling. It is a sign, it's a mutable energy, but it's also a sign of needing to know everything. It's a sign of, it's the media. It's the knowledge. So you don't miss a beat. And of course, during Pisces season, you don't want to miss a beat. Pisces does square you. Whenever Gemini and Pisces get together, it feels like they are the same people. It feels like they're merging into one. You got one that is more talkative than the other. Generally, this is a general. But then you have one that wants, like the Pisces, to show Gemini the true emotional self. And then we have the Pisces, then we have the Gemini that's giving Pisces all the knowledge it needs. It's showing Pisces, you have to speak more, you have to communicate more. This is essential. Now, Pisces is going to be showing you about where your career is going to be going. With the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, is about generosity, but also there can be some indecision along the way. And it's funny you got this card, Gemini, because, we are in the number 6 here, which is the Lover's card, which is your cards, okay? And if you check on my podcast, I have actually spoken about all of the sixes from the minor arcana. And this is to do with money, of course. So with Uranus being in your 12th house, there's going to be some changes that actually come up. And with Jupiter being in your 10th house, because Jupiter rules your 7th, but also Jupiter's in your 10th, there can be some themes that come up when it comes to like your relationships. And also this is like business and personal, but also your career. This is a time of expansion in career. This is a time where we're going to see I feel a lot of you Geminis are going to be seeing that it's something that's not actually working, but you guys are probably pursuing it, and it may be time to be letting go of. On the other side, there's going to be lots of gains that could come once we decide, whatever decision I feel you guys are going to be making, once the decision is made, there's going to be more of, goodness to come. But if something is not working, because I feel there's going to be lots of questions during this new moon in Pisces, there's going to be lots of questions in decisions of, is this the right thing for you? Are you staying it for the money, or are you staying with it because you actually love it? Because with this, you have like the scales. Okay. So I feel during this new moon, more than anyone else, I feel a lot of you are going to be having lots of questions. So you're going to be needing a timeout. Okay. Timeout to think about your plans, think about your future. With Uranus being in your 12th, the 12th is about solitude as well, but it's also about spirituality. So listen to your guides. Everyone has guides, Gemini. Even listening to your mind, because your mind could actually go even more deeper. And the timeout, I feel a lot of you, with this card is saying, the timeout a lot of you are going to be seeking is going to be showing you. It can also make a lot of you quite very psychic as well. There's going to be lots of downloads you guys are going to be having, more so than often. I feel that some of you guys may even start taking up prayer, because your emotions could be it may not feel as stable, because there's lots of decisions that are coming. But also you have adjustments are required. So there's about adjusting as well. So if there's changes within the job, whether you're making it or someone else is making it, you're going to have to adjust. And because you're mutable, you're naturally a sign that does like to adjust. So the 10th house is actually a great house, but because there's some underlying themes that needs to be ironed out for some of you Geminis. And some of you Geminis may actually know what it is. Some of you may be just a bit in two minds. So definitely listen to like your guides as well. And also the mind is going to be, you know, because I do feel, because Jupiter is a sign that is, you know, is also a spiritual house. So this is also even great for a lot of you to be, if you're in a relationship, to be, you know, talking to your partner about your fears and worries or concerns, or even like, you know, someone that you actually trust as well. They could be helping you, giving you advice. But like I say to a lot of, especially air signs, the decision is naturally yours. Okay, so a lot of questions coming up this month, Gemini. Cancer. Cancer, Cancer. This is in your 9th house, the house of learning. And so you have the Love with the King of Swords and a time to give rather than take. So this is actually going to be very beneficial to a lot of you Cancers. You know, the 9th house, you know, Jupiter rules your 9th. It also rules your 6th house as well, which is your health and your fitness and your wellness. Definitely your routines. You have, you know, also themes that are concerning your friendships as well. So this is going to be a bit of a time where there's going to be a lot on, I feel a lot on you lot's mind, but you guys are more focused and very serious as well. A bit like your Piscean brethren, yeah, brother or sister. Very focused time. You got the King of Swords. This is a time. This is King of. Some of you may be actually having, you know, the air sign in your moon or even your rising. This is a time of focus, time of dedication. This is a time where a lot of you guys, because you know, whenever Cancers bucks up on Pisces, always learning. Pisces is always giving Cancer food for thought. And even more so with this new moon, there's even more food for thought. There's even more to learn. There's even more of your mind definitely expanding. But instead of you guys, I feel instead of you guys just taking it in and just, okay, you guys are going to be putting it all into action. The 9th house is to do with publishing. So some of you Cancers may be also writers, speakers, teachers in some way. This energy can actually give a lot of you, you know, some of you may even like buck up with people that are, you know, like being around new friends during this time. They can just come out of the blue. Some of you could, you know, because the 9th house is a spiritual house. So if you guys could be, you know, this energy I'm actually picking up is like of manifestation, like thinking of who you would like in your life, or who you would like help people to help you, and they just magically appear, you know, because whenever the moon, because you're ruled by the moon, whenever the moon is in a water sign, you feel it the most. You all feel it, you, Scorpio and Pisces, but you feel it the most because you're ruled by the moon. And you know, some of you may not be as, it depends, it really does depend, but like physically you may not be as having lots of vitality because it's an emotional one, but mentally you could be on fire, especially with like the King of Swords. Mentally I feel a lot of you are on fire, and it's almost a fact that I feel that the energies of like you're very ambitious, like fiery ambition. So it's like, you know, you're probably just sitting there listening after you think, oh, I wish this person can help, and they just appear. And, or this, you know, I wish I could be around this group, and they just appear. You know, because Uranus rules your 11th house. And these people could be very, like, not necessarily wacky, but just everything they say is just like, oh my God, I cannot believe this is happening, you know. And with Jupiter being in your 9th house as well, you're going to be learning from these people, very much learning from these people. 11th house is about gains, Cancer. So you can gain a lot, not just financially. Obviously, a lot of you like to be financially secure, but this is about, you know, gaining new knowledge, gaining financially, gaining new friends, also this is about your ambition. So your ambitions, you know, some of you probably have a lot of goals and ambitions, and not necessarily going to be finalized, but they can actually start. It's because who you are surrounding yourself with, Cancer. Okay. And it's because your mind is very powerful. You are open to learn now. Because Pisces, whenever Pisces is hitting your ninth, that's a time where you're going to be open to learn. a lot of you Cancers this year, it's a very special time because you have the Neptune Jupiter conjunction, which is going to be impacting your ninth house for the next 13 years. Right now it's in your eighth. So there's a lot of underlying emotional work you guys are doing. And I feel a lot of you guys cannot wait to get out of it. You have love. There's going to be more love going to be shown to a lot of you. Okay? I feel a lot of you are going to be actually falling more in love with yourself as well. If there's insecurities that come up, you're going to be like, yeah, but I love this about myself. The group or associations that you are going to be surrounding yourself with, who actually come to you, they could be actually showing you things that you're going to be loving. You're going to be, I feel some of you are going to be falling more in love with projects that you've left behind, and now it's come back. They could be, oh, don't throw that away. Don't throw that poem away. Don't throw that writing away. This is actually good. You know, it's about falling in love with creativity too. And a time to give rather than take. So I feel a lot of you do naturally give anyway, you know. So whatever is coming to you, Cancer, give back. Instead of hiding or being shy, this is a time of, you know, showing that brilliance as well. And, you know, appreciating yourself more, but also appreciating others. I feel this time is going to be showing you, Cancers, that, you know, it's not about just being in the back and not saying anything. It's about really saying what you think, you know, because your mind is definitely on fire this time. And also, I feel a lot of you guys are going to be feeling this, the beginning of feeling a bit more structured within yourself. And some of you may even decide to like take up like a new workout regime, or, you know, doing something physical for your body, you know, because there's so much going on this month for a lot of you that you're going to, you know, the energy is going to be very of excitement. It could be some anxiety as well. So it's about releasing all that energy as well, and also loving it as well. Then we have Leo. Yes, Leo. Leo, this is in your 8th house. And yes, this is in your 8th house. And this is a house of shared resources. It's a house of, you know, money. It's also a house of, you know, the occult. So, and also because Pisces, you know, Pisces rules your 8th house, Leo. And this is where Leos get spiritual. I feel that a lot of Leos do not fear the 8th. The Leos don't fear a lot anyway. But I feel that you guys are, because whenever something hits the 8th house, it can be quite fearful because old deep traumas come up. And it's not to say it won't come up for a lot of you Leos, but I feel you guys are really just ready for it. You guys have nothing to lose. You've got Saturn in your 7th house. This is helping you guys to feel a little bit more independent, even though you guys are working on your relationship. But you guys are just ready for it. So I feel some of you guys may start to work on a lot of things that are concerning, like, you know, the occult, and definitely work on your finances, but also working on your emotional state. And, you know, this is about your career. This is about you moving into a different direction within your career. So emotionally, you know, it's like a new career is actually calling you, like, come Leo, this is what you need to do. It's about listening to your heart. This is about, because you are ruled by the heart, Leo. Listen to it, because it's going to be singing. We are in the full moon, which is in your sign, which could be causing some chaos. You know, I think this is one of the, it's not necessarily the strongest, but it actually feels like the strongest, because it's like the second new moon of the year in your sign. So you Leos probably want a bit of reprieve, and this is what this Pisces new moon is giving you. There could be things that you guys are really looking back on, like, oh my God, I can't believe I said this or I did that. I can't believe I actually broke away, or, you know, this also feels like a time of taking charge, Leo. This new moon is going to give you a time of taking charge. And it's also hitting your career zone. It's also hitting, you know, because Jupiter rules your, yes, Jupiter, you know, is Sagittarius, it rules your 5th house. You know, so it's about fun and creativity. So whatever you want to do, it's going to have a sense of fun and creativity. It's not necessarily darkness in any way, because you have the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is a very strong, powerful woman. She's a very creative woman. She knows what she wants to do. She knows where she wants to go. And she's not afraid to dress how she wants. She's fiery. And I feel a lot of you guys are really going to be embodying that now. And even if you feel sometimes really emotional, you feel that things are too emotional for you, you feel that, you know, that sometimes some of you may be feeling really heavy-hearted, there's good things that are also happening. And there can be some changes that happen, like emotionally, there can be some changes. Some of you are, you know, the energies are feeling emotionally that you want to change, like something within your job. Some of you may want to like teach and learn, but the main thing is that you guys want to be creative. You don't want to be stifled in any way. So that's your domain, Leo. You know, some of you may even shout it from the rooftops, this is what I want. And so you should get it, and so you shall. This is a great time to be manifesting in any way. This is a great time for a lot of you to be in extremely, even more creative. Even more so, there might be also in a strong depth and intensity of wanting to create, you know, because there's so much going on in this world. I feel a lot of you are going to be very inspired by what's going on, and this could obviously make masterpieces as well. And you've got relationship change, so whatever you're going to be doing, it's going to change the dynamics in your relationship. Especially when this is hitting your career zone, this is going to change dynamics. This is going to make a lot of you feel a bit more, with Pisces being in your 8th, this is going to be making a lot of you feel a bit more independent. You're not going to be afraid to be talking about the dark side of life, Leo. You know, and this could change your relationships, whether it's business or personal, in a great way. You know, and even your partner may even feel how you feel. And it's just like, I didn't know that you was as sensitive as me. And it's like, I was always sensitive, but, you know, I've got to show the world a different side to me, you know. So this is going to be a different change. There's going to be a different dynamics. You know, I feel things are going to go a bit more deeper. It feels like a spirituality that's going on, like a spiritual ceremony. I feel that there also feels like there's going to be sort of like deeper leanings towards things when it comes to a relationship too. And you have the answers you need are coming. So there's going to be lots of answers that you guys are going to be seeking. You know, you're a learning sign as well. A lot of people don't think Leos like to learn. Okay? Just because they wear clothes that are not considered classic, or, you know, they may make their hair bigger or wear too much makeup. You'll find a lot of Leos, especially because remember Cancer rules their 12th. A lot of Leos actually, some of them actually crave that downtime where sometimes they are by themselves, curling up, reading a nice book, or even watching TV with some hot cocoa and just learning. Leos gain inspirations everywhere, you know, and I feel this is one of the times where you guys are going to be seeking a lot of answers, not just from within, but about other people as well. But the answers are going to be much deeper. Also, I feel that this is also because it is hitting your, you know, your career zone as well. There's going to be a lot of answers coming up with that as well, whether you are in a job or whether you're seeking to change a job. A little bit like Gemini, but a little bit more emotional and a little bit more deeper. Hello, Virgo. So Virgo, this is in your 7th house, okay? And you have energies that's in your 9th house as well, okay? So Virgos, This is a time where your relationships are definitely coming to the fore. Some of you, I'm actually picking up, oh, not again. Virgos, this is essential. This is how we learn, okay? And you are a learning sign as well. You're naturally a learning sign. But this is a time where lots of you are going to be seeing lots of changes within your relationship, especially emotionally. Some of you who are single now, some of you could be actually meeting someone that's actually, because Jupiter rules your 4th and your 9th. I mean, Uranus is in your 9th house, okay? But Jupiter rules your 4th and it rules your 7th house. So some of you who are actually single, some of you could actually meet someone that's from like a different culture. It could actually feel like you can actually really feel at home with them. That's what I'm picking up. You can actually feel like you're at home with them, that you don't have to say anything. They actually get you. Okay? So this is going to, obviously, Jupiter's about expansion. So there's going to be some changes that happen within a relationship. So some of you are going to be very excited about these changes as well. I feel some of you could be overly planning like what you want to do. Okay, but there's going to be changes, and these changes could be coming out of the blue because Uranus is in your 9th. And this is about faraway places, faraway lands. It's also about some of you, I'm also picking up the energies of the relationships that you have, whether it's a new one or whether it's a solid one. There may be thoughts of moving away on a whim, or I feel some of you may be thinking that, but it's about having discussions within your relationship. There could also, some of you could be planning things and your partner doesn't really know about it, but this energy also gives a lot of you time to really seek answers within. That's what I'm getting. Really seek answers within, because you have the 5 of Wands, and this is about battles. The 5 of Wands is about, battles within work, battles with people. It's about grit, determination. It's also about competition. This is all within you, Virgo. There could be lots of battles because I'm seeking, a lot of you are seeking the future more. This is about your future goals within a relationship, like emotionally. And some of you may feel that your partner's on the same page. Communication obviously is key, but some of you may be feeling that it's all right. These things are going to be happening. So they can be during this new moon, because Pisces oppose you. There can be some drama that comes up now. You've got the spirituality card. So it's about going within, seeking spirituality. With Uranus in your 9th house, this is actually a great time that a lot of you may be doing some spiritual work, because you can gain more insights within what's going on within your mind. Some of you may even decide to teach, like emotionally thinking, these are things I actually always wanted to do. I'm actually going to start doing it, but how do I go about doing it? And out of the blue, a book just appears. A book that you probably had within your drawer for a long time, and it's just like, oh my God. And the title actually speaks to you. This is about a lot of you learning languages, learning, some of you want to be teachers as well. But essentially, this is about your relationships. It's definitely about your relationships. You'll learn a lot about your partner now. Learn a lot about, and your partner is definitely learning about you. Even your partner may even get more spiritual. Or some of you may decide to be around a spiritual group. Expect powerful changes, and it's a new moon eclipse, so there's going to be a lot of powerful changes that's going to be happening. So with all the stress and strife and drama that could be coming up, whether it's within you, Virgo, or in your partnership, if there's arguments that happen because you're both not on the same page, there's going to be a powerful change, and a change is new beginnings. If this new moon is about trying not to control everything, Virgo, yes, there's a controlling element because you guys need to plan. You guys need to know. You guys don't want to be left in the loop. You don't want any crazy shenanigans going on. But the powerful changes that happen within your relationship during this new moon is about learning, you know. And I feel when you come out of this new moon, there's going to be more of a spiritual side to a lot of you, even more of a calmer side. Even like you guys may even find that your mind is more calmer. You might feel that some of you may have been thinking that, you know, you was just running on empty, and you find that your mind is just really slowing down now. This is also great to be, if you guys are thinking about meditation, this is actually a great time to do it. Ninth house is a house of the teacher, the higher teacher. This is also a house of, you know, publishing. So this is a time where some of you could even, you know, start writing, getting your work out there, seeking like a mentor, seeking someone. The mentor could be anywhere. They could be on the TV, YouTube. There could be, you know, people that you never even envisioned. You know, some of you may be in two minds about that as well. But regardless of what happens, there's going to be a powerful new change that comes, okay? Hello, Libra. So, Libra, this energy is of routines, daily routine. This is in your 6th house. That's where the main themes are for this. So when Pisces enters your 6th house, there may be some good intentions that actually happen, Libra. Let's not kid ourselves, you know. You're a sign that, although it does, you know, you generally work very hard. This is a general archetype of Libra. It's a very relaxed sign. And I feel some of you may be feeling very relaxed during this time because you're all about balance. You're also about not having any drama in your life. Whenever Pisces enters, whenever you go into Pisces season, Libra, it also almost feels like it's like your domain. Like, oh, I feel at home here. Even though Pisces and Libra, they're not very, you know, some astrologers do say they're not very compatible. I feel they are. They're just very different. You know, they have sort of like similar themes and energies. And, you know, it's a 6th house and the 8th house action going on. So it's like a service, but also like a deep attraction thing going on. There's also like a deep learning that's going on as well. So whenever this happens, that's why one of the reasons why I feel a lot of you are feeling like I feel at home here. But, you know, with your 6th house, like I said before, you know, it's like a time of relax. You know, you're going to be getting into routines, but not in a way that's too much. You know, the 6th house is about daily routines. It's about taking care of your, you know, physical self, eating right. You know, when it comes to like your work, making sure everything is, you know, on point as well. There could be a criticalness that comes up here. And to a point, I feel this energy is there, but still you just want to relax. You want to take it a bit easy. You want to feel that you can sort of like do what you want type of thing. Eat what you want and, you know, chill, relax. You want to take things a little bit slow. And that's one of the reasons why, you know, you guys are one of the strongest out of the air signs, because yes, you do worry, but you know how to relax. Okay, if you know how to relax, that means it makes your mind actually more stronger than actually being completely always busy. Okay, no wonder people just keep flocking to you, and flocking to you they shall be doing this month. You have Uranus, which is in your 8th house as well. So this is definitely transforming your finances in a way that, you know, some of you could actually be gaining more or even gaining less. It depends. And you got Jupiter. You know, Jupiter rules your 3rd, but also Jupiter's in your 6th as well. So this is about expansion. So some of you could actually be eating more. Some of you can decide, oh, actually, I didn't know that this was here. You know, there can be a lot of that, but still, I feel a lot of you could actually be really happy this month. Even more happier so than other months, you know. Like I said, yes, you guys are going to be doing like what you need to do, you know, but I feel that there's going to be a bit more of a jolliness that's going to be happening, speaking to like your friends and neighbors and, you know, feeling more in a positive state of mind. And you're working towards your goals, but you're also working with your energy. You're working how you feel. Okay. And you know, even like I feel that, but when it comes to like, you know, money and finances and that, I feel you guys definitely gonna be on the ball. You know, you're gonna be on it when it comes to that. Like emotionally, you know, when because this sextiles Uranus, you're gonna, you know, there's a bit of a diligence when it comes to this. It's about, you know, looking where things are when it comes to like joint finances, but also looking at yourself emotionally, because emotionally some of you maybe feeling on the outside very controlled and very nice, but there can be some emotional turmoil that can actually creep up during this time, Libra. So look out for that as well. But nevertheless, this is about sorting things out, being diligent and not missing a beat. So the first card you have is the Queen of Pentacles. So you guys are definitely on the ball with this. Queen of Pentacles is about the money, but it's also about self-care as well. It's also to do with, you know, being grounded. Some of you may even have like earth sign moon or even rising in your chart as well. Some of you may be in a relationship with someone that is Queen of Pentacles. I feel that she is going to be grounding you in some way. But also some of you may even actually feel that you need groundedness, because there could be things, like I said, can be creeping up during this time. You also have the Pride card. There can be a lot of pride happening during this time, you know, with Pisces being in your sixth house. This can bring up stuff that you don't really want to figure, like really want to do. Okay, almost a bit like a laziness. But you guys may, and if there's any problems that come up during this month, Libra, you know, call for help. There's no point in being too proud for help as well. Pride is actually good. It actually makes you know that you can do things, but it also can be an act of stubbornness too. And you are good enough. So any insecurities that do come up, like from the past in any way, any deep traumas that come up, whether it's you not thinking you have enough money, or if finances are going crazy, you know, you and your partners, anything that comes up, know you're good enough. Some of you could be doing like some deep psychological talk within your mind, and you know, like counseling yourself in some way, which is actually really good. This is a great time to be doing deep analyzation work, understanding where these fears come up during this time. But nevertheless, Libra, I feel that you guys are going to be feeling a bit more, you know, calmer. But also you're going to be doing what you need to do as well. Scorpio. This is in your fifth house. This is the fun house for a lot of you Scorpions. So you have the cards you have for this fifth house action is you got the Magician, okay, with the leadership, and show the world the real you. Very powerful time, Scorpio. Very powerful time. You're going to really benefit as well. All the water signs, you benefit from this new moon. With the card messages as well, because you got planet, you got the excuse me, you have Uranus, which is in your seventh house, sextile in your seventh house, fifth and seventh. And then you also have the Uranus in your seventh with Jupiter in your fifth as well. Deep conjunction with Jupiter. What this gives you, obviously, leadership. Okay, a lot of leadership that's going on, and this is a time of fun. I feel sometimes Scorpions, you guys struggle to have fun, and there's no reason why, you know. And because whenever we touch the fifth house, and the thing is, remember, the fifth house for you Scorpions is Pisces, and you're a sign that's very in the shadows a lot. But when it's time to really come out of action, it's like it's sort of like creeping. It's not really, and Pisces is not a sign that's very showy. So sometimes whatever you may be creating this time, Scorpio, because some of you may be creating with a partner, you know, there could be sudden actions with a partner. They may want to be doing some work with you. You may decide to like go into business together. It could be quite shocking, because you might think, oh, I didn't even know that this could happen. But some of you may even meet someone that is very creative during this time. But yeah, like I said, some of you Scorpions, I feel that, you know, when it's time to have fun, you take it so seriously. And with this Piscean, there's a lot of nice energy to this new moon. It's going to be sparking something really strange and different. And, you know, within your partnerships, or some of you may be looking for partnership, being in a partnership, and you could find it. And this person may even be a Pisces, or they could be a Gemini, because you have the Magician. And the Magician is about whatever you're thinking, whatever you want to do, you can do it, but just do it different. Just not only do it differently, but be mindful of your thoughts as well. This is a manifestation card. This card is also telling you, Scorpions, you have the tools. You have the talent. Even if someone is better than you, it doesn't matter. Don't watch them. Watch yourself. What are you doing? This card is also asking you questions. What are you creating? What do you like to have fun with? Who do you like to have fun with? Because the fifth house is about dating. If you are watching too many people now, Scorpions, it's time to watch yourself. Okay? Yes, there's people out there that's more talented than us. There's people out there that has more things. They might be slimmer than us. They might have a better body or hair, or might have a bigger house than that. But what have you got? This card is asking about yourself, Scorpio. And if you are bringing out those talents and skills, and if jealousy does creep up during this time, it can also fade away as well. So this card is also about a warning too. This card is a very powerful card. Like, the mind can really, wherever you put your mind to during this time, Scorpio, it can be seen. Whoever you're putting your mind towards as well, they can be drawn in too. You got the leadership card. The leadership card is you are a leader. Every sign is a leader, but you're a leader too. Remember, you're traditionally moved by Mars. Okay, so Mars is always about action. You guys also start a lot of action. Sometimes you guys may not get your due. Yeah, sometimes you guys you may get your due late. But remember, you're a leader. You know, and you also got show the world the real you. So show that real you. If there is things that you guys are creating or wanting to create now, and it may be very dark and people may not understand it, really show the world, because there's always someone that actually gets it. And sometimes it just takes that one person, Scorpio, to get it, and it's shared all over the world, and boom. Okay, so during this time, there may be some leanings that you guys may be leaning towards or wanting to create. And, you know, if you guys have kids, because this is a house of kids as well. If you guys have kids, they could be showing you something as well. Some of you may be working with kids. Some of you may be actually being that kid yourself as well. You know, there's also a leaning of like showing that sort of lioness side, you know, but it's mostly in the mind as well. Your mind's going to be having lots of like dreams and downloads, you know, and if you're trying to figure it out, you know, speak to your partner. They can actually help you understand. They can actually help you structure as well. You know, with Jupiter being in your fifth house, this is going to be expanding your creative skills. This is going to be expanding what you believe was true is no longer going to be true as well. You know, Jupiter also rules your second house. So this actually brings money. This actually could actually calm your self-worth. And with your nodes are activating, the south node is in your seventh house as well. So there's things that you're going to be releasing, but there's also things you're going to be bringing in. So this is very much a powerful time for a lot of you Scorpions. Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, this is in your fourth house. And you're actually ruled by Jupiter. So this is going to be activating your first house. Ooh. So Sagittarius, as you can see, I've changed the background just for you. And yes, I've changed it for you because you know you're a fire sign. Anyway, so yeah, so this is going to be, you know, whenever Sagittarius meets up, because, you know, you tend to meet up with Pisces like twice a year, especially when it comes to like the moons, the full moons. And sometimes it's always great. Sometimes it's a bit of a craziness. Sometimes some of you can be feeling a bit of a dream. And with this new moon being in your 4th house, which is of home, roots, heritage, real estate, there can be some, because like I said, this is a great new moon. This is one of the best new moons of the year. And because we've got Jupiter, which is really involved, and you're ruled by Jupiter, and Pisces, your sister or brother sign, was traditionally ruled by Jupiter, but obviously there was a generosity that was brought over to you. You and Pisces are very similar. You know, you both have, you know, you're both mutable. Obviously, one's water and one's fire. But, you know, there's some similar ideals that happens when you guys come together, even though you do square each other. With Pisces, it's a case of, you know, when it comes to like career, goals, dreams, status, you know, you give Pisces that drive, that energy. But when you hit the 4th house with Pisces, it can feel really smoothing and calming, but it can also be very dreamy. And during this time, some of you guys may be feeling extremely dreamy now, especially with this new moon, which is, you know, we've got Jupiter in your sign. But this is going to give you, you know, you're going to feel, I feel that some of you are going to be feeling very at home because of the expansion that's going to be happening with all in that 4th house realm, especially emotions. Some of you during this time can be feeling quite emotionally connected to the past as well. But instead of just wallowing, there's going to be a case of, I'm going to do something about it. So whether it's being optimistic about, you know, even if it does feel very sentimental, there's going to be optimism as well. So if there's things that you want to discover about like your heritage, you know, your roots, you're going to be really going for it. And, you know, but there's things that can be changing as well during this new moon. You know, the change is of your routines that are going to be happening during this time. But the routines that are going to be changing could actually stabilize you as well. So if there's things that you want to discover about your family, your home, and even yourself, with Uranus being in your 6th house, there may be a strict side that's going to be coming across, like going to be very organized. And this does go towards like your general health, what you're eating as well. So you could be looking at that differently now. And, you know, Sagittarius, you might really surprise yourself by really sticking to it as well. Really sticking to like your goals, really sticking to doing something that's going to be helpful to like your inner world, should I say. So the cards that you have is happy ending. The first card you have is happy ending. So there's going to be a happy ending that's going to be happening during this new moon. Anything that's going to be discovered or anything that changes is going to be the best for you. It's going to be bringing a happy ending. And you also have the 7 of Pentacles, which is a card of work. It's a card of putting the work in, but also craftsmanship. So, like I said, you know, I feel some of you are going to be doing quite a lot of work, working on yourself. There's going to be goals that you guys want to achieve. There could be goals that you guys are dreaming of. But also with the 6th house being activated as well, this is making things a bit more stable, even though things can still feel a little unstable. And if there's any changes that happen, Saggy, during this new moon, you're going to be ready for it because you're mutable. So you're going to be, you know, working towards things that you want, but also knowing that changes are going to come, but you're still going to be pursuing it. You're still going to be working, you know, but in a way it's a good thing because, you know, you don't like to do the mundane things anyway. So you're going to be doing things a bit differently, or some of you are going to be very open to be doing things very differently now. And you get gains, as you already know. And the last card, you've got be bold and make the first move. So if there's anything you're thinking about doing, it's a cardinal moon, which is a moon of action or reaction. I always think of that, action and reaction. So this is a card of taking action. This is a time of taking action in anything that is on your mind, anything that's in the, if anything that's you feel that is hindering you in any way, it's about taking action. Some of you Sagittarius, Sagittarius in general are very sensitive. You hide it very well. So the sensitivity that also could be coming up during this new moon is of working through it. And even if some of you may, if there's any like deep emotions that come up, being sentimental, it's about working through it, but also taking action. If you know that you are always feeling stuck in this same old way of thinking and dreaming, and if there's anything you guys want to pursue, that's one of my favorite words as well. It's about taking action now and not thinking things will come easily to us. Okay, so it's a very emotional time, but it's also a time that, once we put the work in and once we keep trying to keep remaining positive, we also have a happy ending because we're taking action and we're putting a lot of work in as well. Then we have Aquarius. Yeah, Aquarius. Ooh. Aquarius, sorry, Capricorn. I'm so sorry, Capricorn. I know you want me to, make sure things are correct. We have you, Capricorn. Sorry. So Capricorn, when this new moon, the energies that I'm feeling for this new moon, Capricorn, is a bit of relief. Feels very much a bit of relief. Because, whenever Capricorns, emotionally, it's not easy for Capricorns to emote very well how they're feeling, how they're thinking. This is a general, guys. And when this, we've come out of the new moon in your sign, and when we come out of the full moon, you guys are like, it was very hard working new moon. And, there's a lot of planets that were activated during this, the moon. But also from November till now, like Venus is in your sign, and, you've got Mars, you've got a little bit of a conjunction going on. So you guys are really some of you are actually at your best now. You are working hard. You are building a future. You are surrounding yourself with people that are on like the same wavelength as yourself. And, some of you are definitely, I feel like, definitely, not I feel, but definitely there's a relationship issue that's coming to the fore. That's, bringing a lot of attention to you. And also there could be tension. So this, like between January and February, is very much a time of, making sure like career, relationships, business or personal was very much on point because, you're the star of the show. And, especially when we go into Aquarius season, you're all about your money, working, and very, very much a hard-working time. And I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you Capricorns felt like the grind was a little bit too much. Some of you may have wanted to really, relax. And there wasn't that much, even though if there was any like relationship issues, because, we had Venus that was retrograde in your sign, and now it actually is going to be into Pisces. It's going to Pisces season. So it's a very long time. And this could have been burdensome for some of you as well. Like you just wanted to do what Capricorns usually do, know that things are working out, but you don't have to go really deep within this. And now that we have the new moon, we got the sun and the new moon, which is in your third house. So I feel that emotionally, there's going to be lots of like emotional talking. If there's things that will put off like January and February, or even through till November last year when Venus went into your sign, these things are going to be coming to the fore. So it's about being honest, emotionally honest in your communication during this time. And with the new moon, highlight this. This is going to really highlight this for a lot of you Capricorns. And I am picking up uncomfortability. I'm picking up some uncomfortable conversations. I'm also picking up things are going to be put out there for you to actually feel more, to think about more. This is a time to think before you speak. This is also a time that whatever you got away with in the past, and it's not like a mad thing, it's just that whatever you, how your thoughts have been during the, you know, how, because you're a person that is, you know, you're an earth sign, so you stick to what you know. So that's why I say, if you're used to sticking to what you know as well, it's no longer going to work now. And because you got the nodes, which is in your fifth house, fifth and 11th house, this is about fun and creativity. But also with Pisces, with this highlighting your third house, and you know Jupiter there as well, you know, there feels like this huge excitement in, I want to actually speak, I want to actually communicate, I want to, you know, these are my plans, this is what I'm actually thinking. It's like just verbal, lots of verbal talking. And the talking could also be, for some it could be very fast, but for some it could actually be very, like, people may not really understand what you're saying. It could, you know, it feels like you're talking in code, you're talking like very dreamlike. There could also be a lot of you thinking that I actually want to really delve deeper into this, you know, whatever you guys are talking about. You guys are talking about tarot and astrology and meditation. Actually, I might even want to do that. So your mind, I feel, is being very open during this new moon. It's going to be a new side of Capricorn that's going to be coming through. It's not necessarily you're going to be extremely open-minded. It's just that you're going to sort of like dip your toe in cautiously into what makes you feel good, what makes you relax. Because the third house is about communication. It's also to do with the mental, like the mental health. So with the new moon highlighting this, and also with Uranus being in your fifth house, this is going to be a change when it comes to your creativity, when it comes to the way you're thinking, the way it comes to how you're communicating. So it actually feels really nice for a lot of you Capricorns. There's a huge shift. There's also a huge change that's going to be coming forth now. And the first card you have is creativity. Okay, with Uranus being in your fifth house with the North Node as well, this is about creativity. So there's going to be a huge shift in how you're creating, who you're hanging around with. Also with Venus still being there, this is a huge change to also do something really fun with your partner. And if you have kids as well, some of you could even be talking about expanding your family. You know, there could be some shocking things that actually come up now. I don't want to say too much because, you know, I'm trying not to be too predictive, but there can be some crazy, shocking energies that come up, but it's going to be in a good way. You could hear some shocking news. You could, you know, there could be lots of like inventions that you come up with and you just decide to really go for it. And it's going to bring happiness. It's going to bring joy. That's all you need to know, Capricorns. You know, it's not going to be, it's nothing to be scared of. It's nothing to feel like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. This is what's supposed to happen. You also got the Four of Wands, and this is about celebration. Okay. This card is about, you know, it's a creative card as well. So I feel a lot of you are going to be celebrating a brand new you, a brand new way your mind has shifted. And sometimes deep down, we want to actually do what our mind, what the shadow side of what our mind wants to do, but we're very scared to do it. But if we just go there, miracles can definitely happen. So this is a great time for a lot of you Capricorns to, you know, because Uranus being there is going to be making you think outside the box as well. It's going to make you say, some of you could actually say some crazy things. Some of you could actually be initiating some crazy fun creativity and, you know, new people coming into your life as well. So these cards are about fun and creativity and celebrating yourself too. And the other last card you got is luck is on your side. So this is great cards for a lot of you Capricorns. Luck is on your side because you have created luck. A lot of you Capricorns know that if there's anything you want, you have to put the work in. But also during this mutable change of time, the change is going to be because, you know, you've actually thought outside of the box, which has actually scared and shocked you. But you've dared to be different. You've dared your mind to be different, you know, even if it's for a month. You know, because when it goes into Aries, it's going to your 4th house, so you're going to go within. But I don't think you're going to forget this month in a hurry, okay? Like you, Cancer, yeah, definitely you and Cancer, don't forget this month in a hurry. Because there's going to be things that I feel that you guys are going to learn and take and carry it forth. Even if it, yeah, I was going to say even for a little bit, but I feel that you guys are going to be like, okay, even I might not use this now, but I'm going to use it in the future. You're going to remember it. So well done to you, Capricorn. Then we have Aquarius. So Aquarius, this is in your 2nd house. This new moon is in your 2nd house. Ooh. So Aquarius, you and Pisces get on very well, especially when it's a new moon. This is a new time for money, self-worth. This is also about what you're eating as well. There's some highlights that happen during this time, Aquarius, for thinking of new ways to, you know, earn money, but also thinking of ways of what creativity, what type of like unusual creativity skill that I have. And this new moon in Pisces is going to really not only highlight it, it's going to make you think and feel more different. I say that you and Pisces are very similar because you're next door to each other. You know, sometimes you see Aquarius, if you see like some Pisceans that are a bit strange, it's because of the Aquarian energy. And if you see some Aquarians that are very sensitive, it's because of that Piscean energy, because you always take what's next door to yourself. And, you know, especially with Jupiter there, some of you could actually really make money in very unusual ways, or thinking of saving money in very unusual ways. My mind's actually going back to this conjunction that we had in 2020, because if you listen to my previous videos, guys, I have done a video on the conjunction that's happening in Aquarius for the next 20 years. And the actual 2nd house to this conjunction is Pisces, because I go through all the houses. The 2nd house is Pisces, the 6th house is Cancer. So when it comes to like our work, and when it comes to like how we're earning money, it's a bit more free. It's not a, you know, generally Aquarius is not a sign that's very materialistic, and that's because of the Piscean energy that's happening. So you guys could feel, there could be like this sort of huge energy of feeling extremely generous to a cause that you guys have thought about building or thought about, you know, associating yourself with. And this cause could be spiritual, it could be, you know, humanitarianism, it could be anything. But I feel that you guys, especially because Jupiter's there, there could be a huge push of generosity. And that could also be to people that you may not even know as well. Some of you guys could actually gain new funds, money's coming through, and, you know, you're just gaining lots of gains. And it's like, okay, I'll put money here, put money there, put money there. And, you know, money's just going to be flowing out. But it's not a case of money flowing out and there's nothing in. There's going to be money in, because you guys are not very, you know, you guys are very, generally you guys, you know, are good with money. It's very rare to see a broke Aquarian. And also because you've got Saturn in your sign as well, this is giving you that leverage of being, you know, quite strict in certain aspects of your life. So yeah, it seems really nice for a lot of you. Obviously, you know, you have the square to your fourth. No, the sextile with Uranus is in your fourth. So this is just showing that there's going to be lots of like changes that's going to be happening when it comes to like your home. But I'm also seeing that with this whole new moon with Jupiter there in your second, when it comes to like your money, sometimes, yes, we want to invest in groups, organizations, and people. We want to be generous, but sometimes generosity comes from the home. So it's just showing me that there's things in the home that needs to be sort of like fixed, Aquarius. And you are a fixed sign anyway. So your mind may be definitely towards the future in what you can build in your in a community. But we have to look at the home. So this is a time of looking at what needs to be improved, what needs to be fixed, what needs to be decorated, what you need to invest in. Some of you may think that, you know, things at home is fine, but there is things that are going to be coming up now. And remember, Pisces is ruled by Neptune. Neptune is, it comes up really slow. It's not like Uranus. It's very slow build. It can just come out of nowhere. So this new moon is just asking a lot of your Aquarians that, you know, it's really great to be very generous and, you know, to spend things on what needs to be spent, but, you know, look towards your home life. You know, some of you are in relationships. Your partner could be saying, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to invest in this. And also investments within the home could also be real estate as well. Like, oh, you know, this, you know, because your mind, your money and your mind is on your future all the time. And some of you may have decided that you want to like purchase a house or buy a house or buy this and buy that, and you just probably forgotten about it. And this new moon is going to be highlighting this. And it could be out of the blue. You know, you're ruled also by Uranus. Traditionally, you're ruled by Capricorn, Saturn, but you're ruled by Uranus. So listen to what comes up. Listen to what comes up, because that house that you wanted to invest in will come up. And this will be the time to, you know, renovate, invest in. Or many houses can come up as well. The home, you know, Uranus being in your fourth is also to do, you know, with themes from the past can also come up as well, which could actually shock you. It doesn't take a lot to shock a lot of Aquarians, but themes from the past can actually come up. And it could be like a family member can come and, you know, wanting help, or, you know, something to do with like your parents, or, you know, long lost family. Things to do with your roots can definitely come up as well. But I am also definitely, I'm really feeling more for a lot of your Aquarians that it's about investment within the home now. So the cards that you have is abundance. So you're going to be getting more abundance when we tender to the home. You're going to get more abundance. Don't think that you're not going to be abundant if you're not going to be there for some people, because, you know, you're always going to be abundant. This month is very much a time of lots of richness, lots of positivity. This is also a time of investing in things that are really worthwhile for the long run. Okay. And the second card you got is a Six of Swords, which is reversed. And this is about moving ourselves away from things that we feel that we need to do, and things that we have to actually do. So look at what you need to do right now, Aquarians, because the future is never solid. Future is never solid. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of us do feel, some of you Aquarians probably do get anxious about the future, because, you know, anxious about when things don't work out in the future, because you've got it in your mind that's how it should go. So it's going to be showing you this month, it's not going to be exactly the way you want it to be. So think of the now, and the now is home. The now is family as well. You know, friends can sort of wait. You know, the friends that you have, they won't go. Even if you said that you're going to promise them or invest in them, it won't go. Just think of family and home first. So your mindset is definitely changing. Okay. And the last card you got is prepare, prosperity lies ahead. So this time is about, you know, everything that you want, basically, Aquarius, is going to be coming. You know, you're going to be, you know, I do feel a lot of you are going to be within the money, definitely. But it's about investing it very well, investing in for the long term, not investing it for like short term. And, you know, some of you may feel quite bad about, oh, I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that. You know, it's about, you know, really feeling what you're actually connecting to. Because Pisces being your second house is also giving you this sort of like heartfelt in what needs to be, what you feel as well. You know, and also this is to do with like what you're eating as well. We don't talk about eating, but when it comes to the second house, but it is about what we are consuming within our body, and also what we're consuming creatively. So during this time, a lot of you could actually be feeling much more creative as well. So whatever you're going to be, whatever abundance comes in to you, you're going to be, you know, it's going to be prosperity for the long term. But it's about thinking of something now as well. Okay. And you know, guys, I actually thought I finished, but I forgot Taurus. I'm so sorry, Taurus. So, last but not least, Taurus. Yeah. So, you got some nice cards here, Taurus. So, this falls into your 11th house. Okay, falls into your 11th house, which is actually a lovely house for you. And you know, you got Uranus in your first. Okay, so there's going to be some comfortable or uncomfortable changes that's happening, but obviously we're hoping it's a good time, it's a good one. So Taurus, you have seen your sister and brother sign Pisces. You as well visit Pisces at least twice a year as well. But you know, remember the nodes are in your first and seventh house. So you are going through some physical changes, emotional changes, changes definitely across the board. Now, when we visit your 11th house, this is about your dreams, your hopes, your goals. This is about groups and friendships. This is also about gains. So during this, the sun and the new moon being in your 11th house, the limit is very limitless. Now, Taurus, it's extremely limitless. Whatever you're thinking and dreaming of, it can happen. It can actually manifest to happen. Some of you might feel quite scared that your dreams are coming true. They could be coming true too fast, you know? And whenever we visit your 11th house, Taurus, whether it's the new moon or the full moon or whether it's the sun, they can be, you know, when it comes to like friendships in general, Taurus, you know, some of you have probably got a lot of friends that are quite Piscean. They could be very dreamy, floaty, very emotional. I feel some of you really understand them very well. And if you are seeking like new friendships now, they can sort of like miraculously appear, because you know you've got Jupiter there as well, which is in your 11th house, and this is bringing you lots of, this is actually a wish, this is about wishes actually coming true. So if you guys, you know, because Neptune is in your 11th house, Taurus, especially from 2010, some of your friendships may not be there. Some of your friendships may be quite elusive. Some of you may be feeling quite alone from 2010 till now. And, you know, there's some people that some of you may have wanted to be friends with, and they just weren't, you know, they weren't probably receptive. You know, you're probably showing that Taurian stability, and it just wasn't there. And now it's just like, oh, why do I bother? Sort of like, why do I care? But I do feel during now, because you know you've got this conjunction that's happening in your 11th house for the next 13 years, and you also have this, you know, new moon. This is about wishing of goals and dreams, but also wishing for new friends, wishing for stable friends. Not only are they going to be emotional, but stable. Okay, and Jupiter is a spiritual house. So this is actually great for you guys to be setting new intentions for people that are going to be aligning with your goals. Because, you know, you got the Uranus there as well. You've also got, you know, the North Node in your first house. So you're actually thinking about yourself. You're actually thinking about yourself, how you are in a group, how you come across, but who you surround yourself with. If people are fickle, do you want them around you? If people are they're not open, they're not serious about goals and dreams that you're about, do you need them in your life? And also, if things do leave your life now, think about what you've done as well. Not in a rude way, but have you put too much and you're getting little back? Or have people that you've associated with put a lot in and you've given back and you've not given back? So it seems like there's a case of push and pull, but also about dreams and stability and what you want for your future as well. Because this new moon is just like the beginning of what's going to be happening when we have the conjunction that's going to be in, your 11th house for all the signs anyway. But this is just like a new beginning. So for some of you Taurus who have got the friends that you need, but it seems to be slipping away, it's time to go for new. And also, if some of you Tauruses haven't got the friends you need, it's time to, sort of like look at our mindset, change our mindset and think about who we want into our lives. And also, this is about your goals as well, Taurus. Yeah, your goals are definitely changing, or they have changed. And this may have happened from last year in November, or this could be happening actually now when the nodes went into your house. You've got a new moon that's coming up. And this is going to be changing things again. And with Uranus there, this is changing. This is not about you changing for someone or a group. It's about changing for yourself as well. And I also feel this might be a really psychic time for a lot of you Taurans about like your actual aims as well. Some of you could also, during this new time, seeing who is for you, but who is actually understanding where you're coming from, understanding that you're not a person that rushes into things. You're pretty cautious. You think about things. You're quite diligent. You want things to be set in stone. You don't like too many surprises. So surrounding yourself with these types of goals and aims and dreams and friends is profitable for you. Okay, so the first card you have is surrender. Now, surrender, it doesn't mean surrender to anything. It means surrender to what you actually want, what your dreams are. And also surrender to the divine as well. Once you surrender, once you are not being like very controlling, Taurus, things miraculously come in now. And you guys are going to see this. But you have to sort of like surrender to an old way, an old type of thinking as well. It's not going to be easy, but this new moon is going to show you that. You also have Strength card, and this is a Leo card. So I feel this is more like emotionally. A lot of you are naturally very strong. But, during this time, the sun and the new moon, some of you could be... feel like you're losing your strength. You could be caught up in a lot of this dream world of like these groups and everything. So, tending to your heart space. Also knowing that you're naturally a very strong person, knowing when to say no. But also surrounding yourself with strong people is of a great importance as well. Surround yourself with people that are fun, loyal, good communication, and also people that are very creative. Because, yes, you're about your money, but you're also a very creative person too, Taurus. So this is about meeting of minds, but being around, sort of like fiery people, but people that are very on your same wavelength, but have a strength about them, have a sensitivity, also have a strength about them. And, know that you guys are all going places together. I feel that there are a lot of people are going to be coming towards you now, Taurus. And the last card you have faith in your dreams. So any goals and dreams that you have, that you're thinking about this month, Taurus, have faith in them. Don't doubt yourself. You're a very talented, creative, strong person, you know. And sometimes you may forget that, sometimes because you could be bogged down into like the mundane, the jobs and earning of money, how much certain amount of money that you want to earn. You have changed now, Taurus. You have definitely changed. Some of you deep down know, but you're probably resisting it. Change is here now. But also, so has your work life. So has your, you got Saturn in your 10th house. So your job life has changed completely. But also, so has your dreams. Some of you are wanting to be working for yourself now. And this can actually happen. And I also feel that during the new moon, during this time, there can be like this sort of like ease into it now. That's going to be, I feel, going to be happening. But also, this is a time of you really sort of like strategizing and making sure that, things are, you're not leaving anything behind. If there's like a podcast you need to do, if there's like a blog you need to do, work on that, because this is for your future. You got this conjunction in your 10th house for the next 20 years. And this is going to be, I feel that this year and maybe even next year, but I feel especially this year, this is like setting that tone for, getting everything in order for your dreams. And I feel that a lot of these dreams are extremely creative as well. And it's all about you, your happiness and what your goals are for your future. Okay. So guys, it was a bit of a long video, but I felt like I had to sort of go a bit more within with these cards, but also with what this new moon is about, because this new moon is going to be setting the tone, like what I said in the beginning, for what's going to be happening in April the 12th with the conjunction that's happening in Jupiter and Neptune. So it does feel like whatever you set now, it's not going to work. It may feel like, oh, nothing's happening, or hold on to those dreams, hold on to, listen to your intuition, take care of like your emotional self during this time, because when the conjunction happens in April, in Aries season, it's going to be like, okay, it's go time, start that beginning now. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Also, message me, tell me how this new moon has gone for you as well. Share it to your friends, your neighbors, your siblings. This is a lovely new moon. Like I said, one of the best new moons of the year. And yeah, thank you very much for listening, guys. And I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.